Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Penn, and welcome back to the channel. So, in this video, it's just going to be like a small segment when it comes to devices that can help you or recommended devices based off of, what I own and in my personal experience, going over what you can use to help create your product reviews. So, it's going to be like more hardware based, if that makes sense. Originally, I planned for this to be a live stream, but honestly, my streams bare minimum are 1 hour in length, and I feel as though a 10 to 15 minute conversation, condensed though, shouldn't really be for an hour. If you have any additional questions, you're able to ask me in the comments. You're even able to book a consultation via email if you really want to get serious about this. And then I can definitely take you to that next level. But if you've been watching the live streams and you've been seeing how I've been marketing, promoting, presenting myself, and then just even watching videos like this, you're going to be able to piece it together and it's going to start to make sense for you. Now, in this video, I'm just going to be going over things that I own, I use, and also give you some additional options if you're going to be more on a stricter budget. And that's really it. It's just going to be something light, something fun, something that we can get some conversation going. Okay. So I'm going to head that over here. All right. So, and I'm going to have like some actual desk examples as well that I've pulled out of my, cabinets and whatnot. So you can use mini PCs. You can see the search term here, mini PC for live stream. You can specify that how you will want. I mentioned in an earlier video that most people starting off may want to use their cell phones because most likely you will have a cell phone versus an actual computer inside your home. At least I would go for like the middle age or the younger generation. Don't really know for the older folks, sorry. But a phone is a solid option. I use my phone. I have a tripod set up. I use it for recording specific things. Then I take the phone cord, plug it directly into my computer, copy the footage over to my PC, and then I'm off to the races. But some of you are going to be looking for more budget ranges when it comes to your computer. And mini PCs are definitely ideal. Not only when it comes to it being compact, it saves a ton of space when it comes to your desk setup, but you also are going to be getting just something that's small in size and can still do whatever you need it to do when it comes to your setup. You're going to have to factor in how many connections that you want. Once the price range that you're going to want to spend or look into, then it's going to come down to, okay, do you like this design? What about Intel? What about AMD? Things of that nature. And then you start to look at the reviews and you can look further. You can Google it. You can YouTube the reviews on these computers. And then you can start to piece together your initial build when it comes to content creation for your product reviews. This is a very lucrative side of the industry, and you can also build your business as well. Definitely something that I would recommend for you to check out. And I'm just scrolling here, and these are various price ranges. So I'm not going to recommend something specific. It's just going to come down to what you're going to be doing. Products are just not the things that I've been showcasing lately, where companies been sending me media players for review and various other items. Games are products as well. And this leads me to this. This is originpc.com. This is a reputable brand when it comes to laptops, pre-built computers. They also give you the option to do workstations, and then they do offer gaming PCs, and you have a custom PC builder that you're able to go in and pick what specific components you want for the build. That's powerful if you're after something custom and then they build it for you. Because when you're just starting out, maybe you have some disposable income to where you can splurge here and there. And when it comes to your setup, you're definitely going to want to make sure that if you're going like the PC route, with a build, mid tower, full tower, things like that, if you're doing this, you can have them set up your streaming PC or your regular PC on the side, and then you can start to have more control and flexibility. And I'm just showcasing you the options that you have in front of you so that when you do the research, it'll all make sense down the road. Now, one thing that should be mentioned would be lighting. And the search term I used was live streamer desk lighting. And all it is that just what it is. It's lighting for your desk. I have to say that my lighting is, decent across my videos when you're seeing my actual face. I haven't had any complaints when it comes to my lighting in particular, but that's just one central light up above in the ceiling. But you can definitely dial in. Like, let's say you're more of a chill night vibe environment where you turn your light off or you dim your lights because you have that type of setup, and you're going to need some additional lights on your face so that the people can actually see you clearly. This is where this actually comes in handy, in my personal opinion. And I mean, you can see it here. It's a black background and there's a light to the side and then a light to the other side. And then it lit your entire area. And you can start to play around with how you want your key lighting in your main stage or your studio, or how you go about it. So I think it's an excellent way to just add to the presentation. That's all. All right. So next, this is going to be webcam. So you have different ways to present yourself. Some people use smartphones. They get into the regular cameras. With the tripods and all that. I utilize webcam. They're simple to set up and they're easy. And this is a nice budget option. Is the Razer Kio Pro 1080p 60. And look, for a webcam, if it's just meant to show your face, because this one is flexible, by the way, to where you can make this into a webcam or it can be a product cam to where it can show your entire desk and you could move it around that way. And then I'll show you here. It's product camera. All right, so I have some gadgets on the desk. My apologies. Just untake all that. So this is really it. This the webcam. I have the 4K version of this now, but that's all. I just upgraded. And then you just plug one in to the back, then the other end into your computer. And then that's really it. Take off this protective casing like that. And you see it's flexible. So you see how I can move this downward, rotate it, things like that. So pretty cool. Move that off to the side there. Go back to the screen. All right. And then this is another option. So let's just say if your laptop, your mini PC, or even your tower will support this in the connections, you may have a setup to where it's powerful enough to run two 1080p 60 FPS webcams. You can have one be dedicated for a face cam, and then you can have one be dedicated for like a product review cam. So if you're going to be starting product reviews, the goal is to make things easier on yourself, and it's not to complicate things. It's just going to come down to the hardware that you have, and does that hardware, will it support all these connections while you're doing some intensive type tasks if it gets to that point. So I'm choosing these 1080p webcams because they're going to be lighter on your computer, your processor overall. The CPU usage is going to be lower than versus you're running two 4K webcams, which is what I'm doing right now. But I have a powerful system. I can do something like that. You may not have those resources starting off. Um, then we get into capture cards. This is something that I actually bought. This is a 4K HDMI video capture card, 1080p 60 FPS, and this operates by USB 3.0. It gives you the HDMI output and the input, and any computer that you get in today's age, I don't care if it's budget oriented or it's a little bit up there in price, is going to be able to handle this. That's why this is more universal for a lot of people because it's just going to work. You plug it in, it uses the default Windows drivers, whatever device that you want to use, you capture, and then you go about your business. All right, so I'll show that here. And as you can see, I actually have it. And the cool thing about this is that you got your output and input here, and then this blue cable, this is the USB 3.0. This is easy. All computers is going to support this in today's age. Even the newer type of connections, they're all backwards compatible with each other. So you have like a headphone option here, then you have like a microphone option here if that's what you need to do. But if you separate your stuff with your devices, you won't necessarily need to use any of these. They still give you the option here nonetheless. All right. So that's just something to like think about. And then there's other options. These are more gaming centric. You have Elgato on the left, and then you have Avra Media. This is their newest. Well, this is an external HDMI 2.1 capture card. This is 4K. This Elgato one is 1080p, and they're different connections. It just comes down to what you're going to be using it for. For the Avra Media one, though, it's going to give you some details on the page. So for this one, it's USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C. So that goes into the research. You want to make sure that if you're doing the build, that motherboard will support that, and just do your research in that. And also on some of these mini PCs, when you see like a USB 4 option, I've had that cable plug into that and it had excellent performance. So sometimes it's just going to come down to how you want to go about executing it. That's all. And this is the one that's inside my computer. I'm just showing you things that I personally own, but also budget options as well. And we're going to get into audio. Now, for a decade, I had the Blue Snowball. I decided last year, summertime, midsummer, things like that, to get rid of it and to actually dive deeper into audio for content creation. So this is the Audio Technica BP8S1. I'm wearing the broadcaster headset as we speak. That's how you're hearing me. This is a broadcaster type of headset, great for podcasting. People use it for sports, podcasting or broadcasting all the time. It is an investment, but I highly recommend it. But this uses XLR when it comes to the connection type. All right. So you have some details over here. You see it, 3-pin male XLR, things like that. So with this, you're going to need to plug this into an audio interface. And you can use something like this. I purchased a Scarlett Solo. This was my first audio interface last year. and then I upgraded to a Rodecaster Pro 2. It just depends. Sometimes you may need something simple. Hey, Pen, I just want to plug up my microphone directly into my computer. I had a Blue Snowball. I wouldn't recommend that in today's time. I would recommend you look into a Blue Yeti and then just look at the options that are related to the Blue Yeti and then look at your budget from there and then start comparing accordingly and then making a decision as you do your research. But I wouldn't recommend a Blue Snowball, but a Blue Yeti, I can still see some streamers using that even for today. And then it will come down to you calibrating it and then you just getting used to how the sound is and just going from there at the end of the day. All right. So that's about it, really. You know, this is a condensed video. I wanted this to be under 20 minutes. I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see the options, show some examples on my desk, and just get a conversation going on when it comes to what products that you should keep an eye on. What's my recommendation when it comes to assisting you for creating product reviews, making it easier on yourself, and then you going out and doing the content, executing it. All right, so let me know what you think about this video. This is Pen signing out. Thank you and goodbye.